Hello, everybody. We are on lesson 7.5 on page 283 in your colored math book. Today we are going to add and subtract fractions. The question asks, how can you add and subtract fractions with like denominators? In the past two lessons, we've added in one lesson and we subtracted in another. So now today we are going to do both, add and subtract. Remember the saying, if the bottoms are the same, add the tops. If the bottoms are the same, subtract the tops. If the bottoms are the same, add the tops. If the bottoms are the same, subtract the tops. All right, let's get started. Let me pull my question out. It says Julie is making a poster for a book report. The directions say to use 1/5 of the poster to describe the setting, 2/5 of the poster to describe the characters, and the rest of the poster to describe the plot. What part of the poster will she use to describe the plot? So, we know that we need to know what part of the poster will she use to describe the plot. We know that she is going to use 1/5 of the poster, 1/5 of the poster to do the setting, 2/5 of the poster to do the characters. So the setting and the characters. And the rest of the poster to describe the plot. All right. I'm going to scoochie this over. Wish I could. I'm going to put it right down here for right now. Okay. Shade blank to represent the part of the setting. How much are we going to shade? Let's go back to our problem. 1/5 was the setting. So we are going to shade 1/5. Shade blank to represent the parts for the characters. Characters were 2/5. All right. So now we're going to shade. Remember, what did we have to shade for the setting? We had to shade 1/5. And for the characters, we have to shade another 1/2. So that was the setting. And then we shaded 2 more for the characters. All right. I'm going to scoochie this up here. Now it says to write an equation for the part of the poster used for the setting and the characters. So we have to write an equation. Equation means there's going to be an equal sign. How do we get this? 1/5 and 2/5 equaled 3/5. How did we get that? An equation is going to have something, a number, plus, minus, multiplication sign or division sign, number equals something. So for this one we added 1/5 plus 2/5. So we need to write that down. 1/5 plus 2/5. Woo, sorry. You know my writing. Sometimes a little crazy. Hopefully yours is neater. I know yours is neater. Equals 3/5. Oops. Equals 3/5. Now remember, if the bottoms are the same, here we added our tops. So if the bottoms are the same, you add your tops. For the next part, it says, what does the part of the model that is not shaded represent? So what does this part represent? This part was this one was the setting. These two right here were the characters. What's this part represent? That's what the question wants to know. What does that part represent? Let's go back to our word problem. The answer is always right there. The rest of the poster to describe the plot. So the rest of the poster she will use for the plot. So I'm just going to write, let me type it. It'll be so much easier, maybe. The part that she will use for the plot. All right. Perfect. Now it says, write an equation for the part of the poster she will use for the plot. So how are we going to figure out what is she going to use for the plot? Well, how many parts are there total in this poster? There is one whole, or there's how many fifths? I like to do the fifths. If you remember in class, we've done that before. How many total fifths are there? There is 5 fifths. How many parts is she already using? We figured that out right here. She's using 1/5 for the setting, 2/5 for the characters. So that's 3/5. So we're going to have to subtract 3/5 because that's what she's already using. She's using this up right here, right? So what does she have left for the plot? She has 2/5. This is the whole thing, 5/5. She's using 1, 2, 3/5. So what does she have left over for the plot? If your bottoms are the same, subtract your tops. 5 minus 3 equals 2. All right, so Julia will use 2/5 of the poster to describe the plot. So that's how you can add and subtract fractions using like denominators. All right, if you have any questions, I will see you in class. Let me know. Bye, everyone.